Like all fields of work, workers' compensation has its own abbreviations for common terms and phrases. For injured workers, it's important to have some understanding of these terms, especially when communicating with the insurance adjusters. Understanding these terms will help injured workers better grasp what's going on in their workers' comp case and can save them from needless confusion and worry. Here is a brief list of 6 of the most common abbreviations injured workers will hear in their workers' comp case. Number 1. TTD. TTD is short for Temporary Total Disability. Temporary Total Disability is a term used to describe the money paid to people when a doctor says they cannot work due to the injury. In everyday terms, this is commonly called lost wages. TTD in most states constitutes 2/3 or just about 67% of the injured worker's average weekly wage. Number 2. TPD. TPD is short for Temporary Partial Disability. This is a kind of lost wage paid by workers' comp when a person is working light duty, but either their hours or their pay has been cut. Workers' comp insurance should pay the difference between the person's average weekly wage before the accident and the wage they are making during light duty. So, in cases where a person is working light duty, it's possible that they can receive checks from their employer and checks from workers' comp. Number 3. AWW. This is short for Average Weekly Wage. This is fairly straightforward, as it is the average weekly wage the person was making at the time of their injury. One important thing to note here is that the average weekly wage is a total of all of the income the person had at the time of injury. So the average weekly wage of a person with 2 jobs should be the total income from both jobs and not just the income from the job they were injured doing. Number 4. IME. IME stands for Independent Medical Evaluation, though many attorneys across the country refer to them as insurance medical evaluations. IMEs are one-time appointments with a doctor the insurance company chooses. IME doctors tend to disagree with the injured worker's own treating doctor and give workers' comp insurance companies a medical basis for denying a person's benefits. Not all IMEs result in denied benefits, but when benefits are denied after an IME, people can generally benefit from hiring a workers' compensation attorney. Number 5. MMI. MMI stands for Maximum Medical Improvement. When a person has received all of the medical care that they can benefit from, a doctor will say that they are at maximum medical improvement. In many cases, especially where the injured worker has had a surgery, the doctor will also sign an impairment rating when they state a person is at MMI. Number 6. PPD. Permanent Partial Disability. PPD is money paid to the injured worker for having permanent damage as a result of the injury. PPD is linked to an impairment rating, which comes at the point of MMI. Say, in the course of their workers' comp case, a person has had a back surgery and they will never be 100% the person they were before the injury. A doctor will recognize this fact and assign them an impairment rating. Based on the impairment rating, workers' comp will send 1 or more checks until the full value of the impairment has been paid. If you have questions about workers' compensation and how it works in Utah and Idaho, contact Davis & Sanchez for answers or seek an experienced workers' compensation attorney.